What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Now, this is a theory. I'm actually going to do a live chat sometime this week about this possible theory. What if Anthony Joshua blew this fight? What if he blew the fight with Andy Ruiz? What if he threw the fight? What if he threw the fight? What if he got to a point where he deliberately blew the fight? Now, you could say bullshit off the top because he did get up 4 times. He was knocked down 4 times. You know, it just... Everyone would agree. Everyone that likes AJ or everyone that dislikes AJ. You would agree on these two sides. Something was not right with Anthony Joshua. And then we got all the conspiracy theories. We have all, the rumors of things happening. What if he decided to just throw this fight? Think about it. What does he have now that he didn't have before fighting Ruiz? He didn't have a dancing partner. Right? Dillian White wasn't big enough because Dillian White was a fellow Brit. So fighting Dillian White would be in the UK. It wouldn't be in the States. You see what I'm saying? That would be a domestic fight, in their country. Whereas he needed someone over here that was going to give him a rivalry because he didn't have it. Think about it. Anthony Joshua was the highest paid heavyweight, right? And he was arguably the highest paid boxer. Now we know that's trumped by Canelo Alvarez, according to Forbes. But he is one of the highest paid boxers on top of the highest paid heavyweight. Okay. He got the money, obviously. But what else does he have? Does he have the fights? No. What did Deontay Wilder do? Deontay wouldn't fight him for $100 million, so that fight's not happening. Tyson Fury is intertwined with Deontay Wilder. That's his dancing partner, right? So where does that leave Anthony Joshua? Pretty much out in the cold, right? Can't fight Luis Ortiz because Luis Ortiz is another prisoner of the PBC, so he's put on ice to fight Wilder, to make Wilder's profile look a little better than it was, right? To appear, or perceive to be better. So he couldn't fight Anthony Joshua. So who the hell is Anthony Joshua going to fight, right? In America. You know what I mean? Jarrell Miller fucked himself. He started taking drugs or took a shot that had the drugs in it or whatever, right? So where did that leave Anthony Joshua? Highest paid heavyweight, unified champion, but was avoided by everyone except for Ruiz. Think about it. Ruiz is this nice, humble guy, and, it's kind of hard to really get geared up for a guy like that, but it would be even easier if you see I'm going to bless this man because I'm going to let this man get a win over me. You know what I mean? I mean, there was nothing guaranteed for Anthony Joshua. Nothing. If he would have beat Andy Ruiz, we would have still been looking around for a fight between Deontay Wilder and himself. And now we know that on this day, Fury has signed the paperwork to fight Deontay Wilder again. And Deontay Wilder already has Luis Ortiz, so there was no way that fight was going to happen. And in fact, he already signed to fight Fury before Anthony Joshua lost. So you couldn't say that anyway. So where did that leave Anthony Joshua? That left him with no one to fight. He had to do something. Think about it. Not saying it's true, but it is a theory. It is very interesting because I could see why he would want to do that. Why he would want to throw a fight. Why would he want to give up a record? You know what I mean? Why not? A nice, humble, chubby guy like Andy Ruiz eating Snicker bars and thanking God for everything. And the way he's saying it, I thank God for everything. I'm going to shock the world. I'm so thankful for this opportunity, for Matchroom, DAZN. Thanks, Anthony Joshua. He's a good champion. It's easy to say, you know what? I'm going to bless this kid because I'm going to throw the fight because I need a fucking dancing partner. I don't have that. Jarrell Big Baby Miller would be that guy, but he fucked himself. So who else is left? Kalnaki, PBC guy. That ain't gonna work, right? Dominic Brazil, forget about it. You know what I mean? He already beat Dominic Brazil. Who else? What other American champ that you can really think of? There wasn't any. You know what I mean? And then other than that, he can, start or begin or continue, should I say, to fulfill his mandatory bouts with those mandatory guys, But I mean, really, what is that, Like, to avoid all that, what would you do? What could he have done? Throw the fight, so then you'll get a rematch with the same guy. Wouldn't that be shitty, though? If he threw the fight, came back, beat the piss out of Ruiz, and then everybody be like, okay, that's the fucking Joshua that's missing. And it's funny, when I post this video, people are going to be like, dude, you're out of your fucking mind. No fucking way. He got his ass beat from pillar to post. He got battered, right? Now, and then y'all will say this now, but mark my words, if that time comes and that fight looks nothing like people think it's going to go, people think, damn, man, Anthony Joshua, that guy has his number. He may have his number. I'm not saying he don't. But guess what? If it happens, if that happens, and this fucking fight turns out to be a fight like, damn, fucking Anthony Joshua destroyed this dude. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of, it's funny. This reminds me of what he said in an interview. I like the guy, and it's kind of hard, I'll carry him, I'll just box him. But if he starts talking shit, I'm going to batter him. I'm going to batter him, right? I'm going to give him a battering. Well, he wasn't doing that before the fight, at all. He wasn't talking any kind of shit, but he is now. You see what I'm saying? He's talking a lot of shit. Robot, stiff robot, can't box, can't fight, can't move, stiff. That type of shit, right? Talking a gang of shit now. He's smelling himself now. So that's pretty much fuel to fire according to what AJ said out of his own mouth, right, people? So this fight happens and Anthony Joshua goes in there and destroys Ruiz. It would be it would be funny as hell at first, but then you think about it, that's really fucked up. You know what I mean? Because it's like, dude, you had everybody thinking that you were just this fucked up, no chin having ass dude, knowing damn well we seen you take bigger punches from bigger fighters. You know what I'm saying? Klitschko, White with the left hook. That's like, I'm not comparing White's left hook to Tua's left hook. There's no comparison. But from best punch to best punch, that's equivalent of taking a punch from or a person's or a fighter's best punch. So he took White's best punch, the same punch that knocked Chisora's ass out. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me Chisora got knocked smooth the fuck out, right? But then Anthony Joshua can get rocked a little bit and bounce back. You know what I mean? He can fucking get floored and get hit in the temple shot with Vladimir, right? And then get up, maintain himself, come back and win the fight. But then gets hit by Andy Ruiz with a shot. Sure, I don't think he saw the shot, but damn, he shouldn't have been like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, it would be funny. Because it was like, yeah, he put his hands up kind of just to... What if all that shit was staged, man? Not on Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz did his fucking job. But what if it was Anthony Joshua just, let this shit look believable You know what I mean? And then comes back in November, late November, early December, and beat the piss out of this guy. That would be fucking amazingly hilarious. But then kind of shitty too. Because, Andy Ruiz, well, it really wouldn't. Because in hindsight, Andy Ruiz gets 2 paydays. You know what I mean? He gets money that reveals him. He starts talking a lot of shit and trash. You know what I'm saying? And then gets in there and gets his ass beat. So he had the belt for 6 months. He basically, technically, does a Hasim Rahman. Right? Just minus the WBC. Because Lewis was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. So that would just be something. And a lot of people, again, will think this video is fucking crazy. However, and this is just a theory, okay? This is not something that I believe. I'm just coming to you on in a theory sense. I bet you, if that happens, people will revert back to this video and say, you know what? Fucking Kurt DeVille did say that shit. He counterpunched that shit a long time ago. I counterpunched the possibility of it being staged because then that will be more believable at that time. If Anthony Joshua goes in there and beats the shit out of Andy Ruiz, right? He beats the shit out of Ruiz, stops Ruiz in rounds, whatever, right? Then what are they going to say? It makes a lot of sense. He didn't have a dancing partner. He had really nowhere to go. Those other guys were busy fighting these other guys. The top 2 guys busy fighting each other. Then they're talking about a trilogy fight. So what the hell? What you think you'd actually see an Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder? Well, if he gets beat, he looks beatable, right? He looks vulnerable, right? He still has a lot of fucking money, so people don't want to dismiss the idea because Deontay Wilder said, hey, I ain't going to dismiss an idea, especially now, not to fight him. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd love to fight him now because it makes me that much easier to knock his ass out, don't it? Right? Tyson Fury, same thing. Remember him and Frank Warren, his promoter? Hey, why don't you just ditch the Ruiz fight and fight us late next year? Take a break. Right? So both of these guys now have sparked interest in wanting to fight this guy because he's lost. So it makes sense. It makes sense to me that could possibly happen, and that was the only way that this guy was going to get those guys into the ring, or possibility of getting those guys in the ring. You know what I mean? Lowering himself, taking an L, taking a dive, making himself look beatable, and then therefore these fights can happen. Right? Hey, it's one hell of a theory. But it might seem crazy again, guys. But if he goes in there and beats the shit out of Ruiz, people will make it that much believable. But on Anthony Joshua's end, you will never know if that was the case. And you know what people are going to think? Oh, he got beat and then he learned from the defeat and he learned how to get better with technique and he came back and he fixed what he made the error on. And he prevailed and beat Andy Ruiz. And people are going to glorify him more for it. Counterpunch. You guys tell me what you think about this theory. It is a theory, okay? Not fact, not a rumor, just a theory. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this theory. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.